Thank you, Professor Priyanka. Good afternoon, Amirashio, and namaste to the very respected Honorable President of the Southwestern University, Dean of the International Student Exchange, Professor Park, and Assistant Dean, and all the faculty members, professors, and respected persons, and of course, the beloved students who are here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dirgaz. Currently, I am serving as the academic in charge of National College, NIST, Institute of Science and Technology. Also, the lecturer of different colleges, and sometimes the visitor professor of different countries. I am visiting and giving the lectures for these students. Before all these titles, I was just a student with big dreams. Their dreams brought me here, South Korea, before many years. Before 17 years, I came here to Korea for my degree as I graduated. At that time, I could not speak the Korean language even a single word of my dear students. I faced a lot of problems understanding the class. Even in the very simple things, buying foods and using the public transportation, I faced a lot. But one thing I realized very powerful, that if we want growth, if we want the success, then we must have to come out or step out from the comfort zones. From that realizations, I pushed myself. I started learning the Korean language. I started learning the Korean culture, Korean customs. I started talking with the Koreans. Even I have the very good Korean words. Gradually and eventually, the Korea became the second home country. The professors became the mentors. The classmates became the friends, and of course, all the challenges became the lessons for me. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel that I love sunscreen, but today's topic is something very, very important in our life. What we face, if we adopt the change, we can bring success. No need to be a great inventor. It's not having a great language, but if you have the persistence, if you have the passion, if you always look forward for the success, definitely you will get success in your lives. In this college, I'd like to speak very few words about the NIST college. The NIST college, National College, Institute of Science and Technology, offers the varieties of programs. There is management, science, technology, food, and of course the medical. At that time, I am working as the academic in charge and conducting a lot of programs as a single class. My dear students, it's all about the passions and the inspirations of getting something new. This program, first international symposiums, I would like to give thanks for invitations, Professor Pratt once again. And this kind of programs I really love, because it's a really good opportunity to meet the different peoples with different feelings. So today's my presentation is all about the survival and the adoption strategy. What could be the strategy for the coming days? And what are the things that we need to do? So let's start the presentations. As you know that I have here and I listen all the presentations that the Professor Rameswar and the Mr. Kiran, Mr. Sujit. So they really wonderful presentations. So today, once again, I made the presentation on this topic. The world has been changing. The technology has been changing. doing to AI, the computer to AI, and the AI to metaverse. There was a day when we used typewriter for types from documents, and it was very difficult. If you made mistakes, you must have to start from the beginnings. That comes with computers that made us easy in our life, and of course, easy to edit, easy to save, and when it connects with the internet, this goes to more better for our human civilizations. And then it comes the AI in our life, which can translate the language, which can solve the problems. Just before, one of our students said that the AI can think. Of course, it can think and it can answer the questions what we have asked. So, after it, even the AI comes to metaverse, people are doing the work anywhere in parts of the world. So this is the technology and the knowledge has been changing even before. It's a very fast changes. So in this age of the globalization and the technologies, we must have to think, we must have to do, we must have to act as the situation is made. In the changing world, one little challenges are not coming. There are so many opportunities that are also coming, such as the new job has been emerging. AI prompt engineer. Just before Sujit, the presentation, I was observing very closely his presentations, and he mentioned about the AI. Of course, in the AI can give the answer whatever you asked, but you need to get the prompt. You need to get the exact prompt. If you are able to talk with the artificial intelligence, then you will get the results what you want. So this is the time, this is the new jobs has been emerging. If someone is very good with communicating with the AI, then he is the AI prompt engineer. Jedi storyteller, people use the numerical forms and tell the story. As a digital nomad, people are working in the bus, people are learning from the virtual learnings, people are taking the class, the company are giving the training to their employee by the virtual. So this is really the age of the communications, age of the globalizations. So I have the one verse. I think all of you knows about the Charles Darwin with the geologist. He once said that adoption is really something very important. He said that strongest, it is not the strongest species that survives, not the more intelligent, but the one who responds the change. Who is able to respond to change? Existence. In the universe, there is one thing is permanent, that is change. Everything is changing day by day. So we must have to think this is the changing age. Technology has brought us in the situation that we don't have the other option, we must have to adopt the change. We have the pandemic, COVID-19, 2019, we know that. At that time, the people are unable to get outside. But even in that more situations, critical situations, many industries come out with the good visions and missions. Those schools or those industries or those peoples have been survived. Because they know that adoption is the essential for these situations. I would like to go to preparations. So, as I mentioned that, in these situations we must have to adopt the change. So, for the change, for adoption, anything else, we need to have the preparation. Because preparation is the first things that you have done for the success. If we really want any success in our life, then first we need to do the preparations. So this is the preparations. In preparation, most important things is that we must have to learn the things. Don't be know-it-all, but learn it all. If you think we know all things, then we are just unable to learn the new things. So I think, and I believe that we must have to think and must have the curiosity for the new things. Learning and doing is the important part of our life. So if you feel that I know all the things, maybe you are not learning the new coming and the very important things. There is a one figure if you see. One of the last presidents I have, Professor Ramesh and Nelson Balance. In these situations, the Tesla company is there. I think it's the revolution of the vehicles. People are thinking that, changing the glass, changing, in the different kind of designs in the history of vehicles. All the companies are thinking the betterment of the vehicles by changing the design. But the Tesla company invented the electronic vehicles. So, if we really want to succeed in our life, then we must have to do something different than others. That is the lessons we can learn from the Elon Musk. You know that the person who is the most influential person in the history of human civilization, in the modern history of human civilization. So, dear students, I really observed the presentations from my previous. All of them say the emotional intelligence. What does it mean? Before, one of my friends said, the artificial intelligence is not competitors. Yes. Artificial intelligence or a machine is not our competitors. We must have to go together. We have to go with the machine and the artificial intelligence, with our emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a very powerful tool. Everything in your world is created by yourself. One said that the brain is the everything. What you think, you become. A small, beautiful rose for your family. A loving hug with your friends, or a pretty smile can change our life. So, ladies and gentlemen, before doing anything else, our emotions and our passions is the really important things. So we must have to keep all this in mind. So there is one example I would like to give you. The history of two companies. Adoption or not adoption. Survival, thriving, uncertainty. Even the situation is not with your favor. We must have to act as a gentle persons. If you see, there is one Nokia phone and there is another Samsung. Around 2006, Nokia was the giant mobile company. With Nokia has the brand. Nokia has the customer, infrastructure, workers, and everything else. At that time, Nokia failed to adapt the situations. Nokia kind of realized that the people of the world are demanding something else, smartphones. From the 2006 to 2009, Nokia produced huge stocks around the old traditional phone. But at the same time, Samsung, Apple are planning to produce the smartphones. See the results. Samsung and the Apples, they realize and adapt the situations. So result is today's we have. Samsung is the huge company in today's world. Also the Apple. Nokia is just a company. Many of you have forgotten the Nokia, I think. So for the survival, resilience is very important. The person there is I think all of the people knows it. Jack Ma, who has started the Alibaba. He failed his proposal by 30 companies. Even he started the Alibaba, many people said that the Jack Ma has gone mad. Because the Chinese people cannot buy the products without touching, without buying it. Transaction by internet or online is not possible in China. They are talking about it. They are talking about it. But see, the company Alibaba today and the Jack Ma today, he just don't care what the people say about him and his companies. He kept on doing his work. Always doing his work. The result is today's. Just see. Alibaba is the one of the greatest online company in the world, and the Jack Ma is the one of the famous personality in the world. So in the resilience, even we have failed in our life, we must have learned the lesson from the failure. So in these situations, ladies and gentlemen, we must have the network today. If we have a good friends, a good network, definitely we can get a success in our life. Sharing, curing, and innovating something else with friends that makes the beautiful things. So make a beautiful network. Take the suggestions from your friends and also the ideas. My friends, the very first thing is know yourself. Who are you? What is your strong points in this age of the very technologies today, communications and the globalizations? The very important thing is knowing yourself. What could be done in the coming futures? One more thing, be authentic. If you made a mistake, don't hesitate to say that, yes, I have done the mistakes. Because mistakes can teach you a lot of things. But if you try to hide, definitely it will go wrong. One more thing, many students, all the people that we are in the age of these developments are using the social medias. So social media is like the jungles. If you see, this is very beautiful. If you see very far from the jungles, it's very beautiful. But if you endure in the jungles, you have to aware of anything else. Because in jungle, definitely there is the tiger, snakes, a lot of dangerous animals. So in this age, you must have to use the social media very wisely. So for the tomorrow, we have to be very creative, flexibility, and humanity. And also, my dear students, humanity and spirituality is a very important thing in our life. If you love your friends, if you love the work that you are doing, if you love your study, definitely you can get success. Creativity, flexibility, humanity, and the spirituality is the whole pillar of our life. So we don't have to forget these things. The people of today are just forgetting the humanity and spirituality day by day. People are just thinking about themselves. That's the reason. Many countries are facing the war and destructions. I feel that the Seoul Christian University definitely give the students about the lessons of the humanity and humanity. My dear students and all the ladies and gentlemen and respected slide over here, I always believe that failure is not the things that we have to fear of. even the Thomas Albertsons, who failed it 10,000 times, many times, many more times, but he has created the light for the world. Every failure there is opportunity to learn something else. Every failure you can improve yourself. So I always believe that, and I always in my lecture, even in Nepal or anywhere, any part of the world, I always give the students and the listener that even in the academic sessions, we must have to give our students about the love and humanity and the good culture, and of course the potential of growth. In Nepal, you know that every 6 days the university is open. But it has been so many years I have been teaching and leading the academic institutions in Nepal. But I have made one schedule that every Friday I say to students, this must be on the board. Even my class, I will in the last bench. I will be in the last bench. And students come in front and they start the sharing the lot of things. Science, technology, arts. So many things. Because confidence is something that you cannot buy from the market. You have to generate by yourself. So in the university also we are teaching in this place. I'm sure Seoul Christian University also teaching you the same place. So dear students, I have one small proverb. One in long. The students ask his mentors, Professor, so what should I prepare for the futures? He replied that, prepare your brain as well as your heart. Machine cannot work one. It needs the human always. So, knowledge, skill, and courage is the very important things for your futures. Dear students, once again, I feel that this is the age of the technology. We must have to go with the technology and the machine. Thank you so much.